Good afternoon. In this next lesson, we are going to be talking about the first informal dialogue, the erste informale Dialog. In this lesson, you will learn how to greet formally and informally, and you will also learn how to introduce yourself. So let's just take it step by step. We're going to be using dialogue to engage ourselves and to familiarize ourselves with how to greet in German and how to introduce oneself in German. So I have the format on the board. You meet somebody who speaks German, and the person wants to greet you, and definitely there's something, you have to greet yourself. And now, let's first talk about the informal dialogue. That is, a friend to a friend, or somebody you're familiar with, you meet yourself, and you want to greet yourself. So, imagine we have A and B. These are the two partners that are meeting now. And then the first one say, hello. Hello. Just repeat after me. Hello. And then the second one responds, hello. Interestingly, we have the word, the sound in English also. So this is also used in German. Of course, that of English is different, but in German we say hello. And then the second person also says hello. And then the next question is, wie geht's? It's actually a question. Wie geht's? Wie geht's? And it simply means, how are you? You're saying, asking your friend, how are you? And then the answer is good. At the informal level, so you have A says, hello. And then B responds, hello. And then A asks this important question, wie geht's? Actually, wie geht's? We'll talk more about that later. There's an abbreviation there. But then for now, let's just take it like that. We get to know more about it later. So, and then B says, good. And interestingly, just within few minutes or few seconds, you have completed your first conversation. We're going to try it now. I will be A, and you will be B. And as I read my own part, make sure you read your own part. Hallo. Wie geht's? Okay. Now, you are going to be A. I will be B. So let's try it now. You'll pronounce this word and then I will answer you. Hallo. Good. Okay. So that is the first level of greeting. And from now, I want you to meet people that could speak the language, and you start to greet informally. Now, after you have greeted, hello, hello, wie geht's? Good. Then, there are some other things that we need to do, which is greeting ourselves. If it's in the morning, if it's in the afternoon, or if it's in the evening, there are ways to greet in German. Now, we still continue with the dialogue, and you can see it in the study material in your hand. Now, we want to start with how to greet somebody in the morning. Of course, the one we have just done, that one can be any time. It can be in the morning, it can be in the afternoon, it can be in the evening. But then we want to demarcate it. If you see somebody in the morning at the informal level, you meet somebody in the morning and you want to greet, what do you say? We say, Guten Morgen. Guten Morgen. Of course, the day is divided into 4. The first one is Morgen. And then the second one is Tag. And then the third one is Abend. And then we have the last one, Nacht. So I pronounce, and you pronounce after me. We have Morgen, Tag, Abend, Nacht. So this is morning, day, evening, and then night. Now, if you want to greet somebody in the morning, how do you greet the person? What do you need to say? Why greeting the person? In the morning, you greet the person. So I go back to the our usual method. A and B meeting themselves. And then A says, Guten Morgen. Guten Morgen. Guten Morgen. And that is the greeting. A greets this friend in the morning. And then, remember, this is the morning. If it's in the afternoon, it will be Guten Tag. And if it's in the evening, it will be Guten Abend. And then if it's in the night, then it is Gute Nacht. There's a little, you have to note something here. Gute Nacht. Now, since we have Morgen, Tag, Abend, Nacht. Just pronounce it after me. Morgen, Tag, Abend, Nacht. I believe we know the meaning by now. And then when you want to greet, Guten Morgen. That simply means good morning. And then in the afternoon, Guten Tag. That means good day. And then in the evening, Guten Abend. And then in the night, when you are going to bed, Gute Nacht. There's a little change here, which we get to understand with time when we get to the other topics. So we have Gute Nacht. Now, after a friend has greeted like that, either it says Guten Morgen or Guten Tag or Guten Abend, then the next thing is B response. B response begets. Beget. Actually, the long form of this word is beget s dear. I think it's important we learn that straight away. Beget s dear. And that's the question. Just say it after me. Beget s dear. Again, beget s dear. You can say it faster now. Beget s dear. Beget s dear. Say it again. Beget s dear. Okay? And A says Guten Morgen. And then B says Beget s dear. And then A says, A responds, Gut, Danke. Gut, I believe we have made this word before. Gut, Danke simply means fine, thank you. So we have short conversation. Guten Morgen. Wie geht es dir? Gut. Danke. But you understand, when somebody has greeted you or somebody has asked you, how are you? Wie geht es dir means, how are you? And somebody has asked you, how are you? Yes, you responded by saying, gut, danke. It's also necessary you find out from the person, how is it too? And then that's when the question comes, und dir? Und dir? Yeah, at the informal level, you are saying, and you, how are you too? And you, and then B says, gut, danke. Of course, the same meaning, fine, thank you. I want us to go through the greetings again. Guten Morgen, conversation now. And B says, wie geht es dir? And A responds, gut, danke. Und dir, and B says, gut, danke. Actually, two people meeting and then having a conversation. And I give the last one. I'll be conscious of that. So, you see, this is two people meeting and then there is a conversation. A says, Guten Morgen. B says, Wie geht es dir? But remember, there is no fixed formula for this. Actually, B can also repeat Guten Morgen, just like in English. So we have Guten Morgen. B can also say Guten Morgen. Wie geht es dir? That is, good morning. How are you? And then A responds, Gut, danke. Und dir? Gut, danke. Und dir? Fine, thank you. And you? And then B says, Gut, danke. And then the last thing, of course, it depends on the length of the conversation. But for now, just for our learning and for our level, we can bring it to a close now. And after the two have greeted themselves, they now say bye-bye to themselves. How do you say that in German? They say, Auf Wiedersehen. Can you say it after me? Auf Wiedersehen. Auf Wiedersehen. Definitely with a wave. Auf Wiedersehen. So can you do that? Auf Wiedersehen. So that shows us the informal level of greeting. Actually, there are other ways of saying bye-bye. And this one is common. I will even say it's formal. But then there are other easier and informal way that friends can greet themselves. I'll just write it at the corner here. Well, this word is actually from Italian, but it's very popular in Germany now. And they say, ciao. Ciao. Say it after me. Ciao. Or we have this. Choose. Choose. And simply means bye-bye. Talking of informal conversation. So I want us to master that. And by the time we are coming to class for the next lesson, I want this one to be already mastered. And then you can even remember what we said under the tips, that you can have imaginary partner. You will be A, your partner, imaginary partner will be B, and you can easily talk and go through this short conversation.